If you're going to scour the internet for takes on the Chicago Bears, it's going to be very easy to find them because of the attention Caleb Williams has brought to the team and Hard Knocks. But if you want real passion, if you want to hear former Chicago Bears like Dan Hampton and Doug Buffone's old buddy, Ed O'Bradovich, you got to tune in to WGN 720 AM.
But where's the imagination in our offense? Where's the different sets? The overload, the underload, going deep over the middle, using Cole Kmet. My God, the sprint outs, the bootlegs. Folks, did you see it? No, you didn't.
D'Amico Ryans, he blitzed more tonight than he has ever blitzed anybody. And you know why? Because he knew where the quarterback was going to be. And your point about no play action, no bootlegs. Nothing. What about motion? Well, when was the last time you saw any motion?
There's no imagination.
We don't do anything with motion.
Immediately after the game, anyone across the world could access hours and hours of Chicago Bears criticism, especially of their offense.
It's nice to have the defense. It's nice to have the takeaways. It's nice to be in these games. But at the end of the day, that is not what we were sold on heading into this season.
The Bears suffered from a little too much hype, a little too high of expectations.
Yeah.
We got fascinated with Caleb Williams, and it was a very simple analysis. They already have a great defense. Oh, wow, look at what they've added offensively. You know, they're not going to hide from anyone, and I think that's part of the problem.
I hear you there.
They didn't get to enjoy their year of sneaking up on everyone like the Texans did last year. They got thrust right into the spotlight. Hard Knocks didn't help.
Nobody expected it to look this bad. Like, there were expectations of learning curves and growing pains.
And I know it's early, and I'm not going to try to overdo this, but I don't love what I see from the offense, even schematically. That's my big thing. That's what would bother me. I watched all the game on film last week. It was way too basic.
It was really disappointing because I'm thinking Shane Waldron, Shanahan coaching tree, gonna really work to help establish the run game because a young quarterback's best friend is a strong running game and a good tight end, and they didn't even try to run the football.
Did not love the game plan. I think you can go a little more under center. I think you do a little more under center play action.
352 yards total offense in 2 weeks combined. I mean, that's not going to get it on any level of football.
As the game went on and more pressure mounted on Caleb, he felt like he had to wear the cape. Stuff he pulled off at USC doesn't work in the NFL when these 6'5", 300-pound linemen are just as fast as you.
All these young quarterbacks are struggling. Bo Nix is struggling. Caleb's struggling. Michael Penix is a lucky one he's not playing. Don't forget, Lamar Jackson got 11 weeks or 10 weeks to watch Joe Flacco play in Baltimore, and Mahomes got 16 or 15 weeks to watch Alex Smith play. It's really hard.
Still has a chance to be generational, but so far, he's less than generational. So any concerns there?
Yeah, of course there are concerns. Don't ask stupid questions. Of course.
It just says right here, it says, do you have any concerns?
I know what it says.
Even says it on the screen there.
Yeah, it says it right there. Of course there are concerns.
When I look at this offense right now, I say, what are we? You know, are we going to be a running team? Are we going to be balanced? Are we going to be a play-action team? You know, it just seems like we got a lot of plays right now, and we really haven't committed to anything, to be honest with you.
The center of that offensive line, no one knows that better than you do. If you watch them play, the middle of that offensive line is getting blown up.
Atrocious.
He's not going to be the Bears quarterback by week 7 because he's going to be injured, unfortunately, if this continues. He can't get hit at this rate.
You want to make Tom Brady a near mortal or Peyton Manning, rush him up the middle, and that's what's happening. 9 sacks on 25 dropbacks. We are in significant trouble.
That problem is showing up. I think it gets better as Caleb gets more comfortable. I don't feel like it's super panic time for Caleb.
Yeah, I think you're right that he gets better when he calms down.
Yeah.
You try calming down when these fools are running at your face and the fools in front of you can't stop them.
Look, I hear you.
Yeah, the O-line is going to be the story of this game, but there's things that Shane Waldron could have done as well. Even just they couldn't even do a swing pass like the extension of the run game. And he kept going back to that. But, yeah, the O-line will be the story of this game, but I still did not understand why he did not help out the offensive line, put it all on Caleb's shoulder, his second start in the NFL to try to dissect all this D'Amico Ryans defense. They're coming from everywhere. I just did not understand that.
Well, I think this is really an issue for Chicago just in terms of the overall team construction, like the way they decided to do it. You look at a team like Detroit in their division, and Detroit's got three, really good linemen with Sewell, Ragnow, and Decker, and those guys give generally, Goff a lot of protection. The Bears have really put their resources into, a lot of money, a lot of draft choices into receivers, but they've had problems on their offensive line, and it doesn't really look like that's gotten much better.
I was on the team that had a Hall of Fame linebacker and borderline Hall of Fame defensive players. You know what they did in the offseason? They went and got another Hall of Famer, Julius Peppers, right? And they put him next to Urlacher, and the defense was amazing. And you know what everybody asked him after the game? What's wrong with the O-line? Right? And I just stared at them. The O-line is built like this. I feel like we've been talking about this for 10 years.
I don't want to overlook the defense. They got plenty of platitudes, but it was the pathetic offensive display and Shane Waldron's play calling that stole the headlines. As for Coach Matt Eberflus, well, Dan Hampton didn't forget about him.
And you know what? Our head coach and his stupid 2 challenges, that don't make no sense either. It's asinine.
For Buffone 55, I'm Aldo Gandia.